Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Well, it looks like whenever you question things, certain things, or talk about things as a hoax or whatnot, can land you in a lawsuit. Now, Alex Jones and Infowars, in general. Let's hit with a lawsuit from the parents, of the children. And the parents agreed to remove Infowars as a defendant because Alex Jones was filing for bankruptcy through his media company. Now, here's how I feel about this, or think. Alex Jones and Infowars weren't the only ones that were saying it was a hoax. I never said it was a hoax myself because there was so much there as red flags were there. Now, I wouldn't say hoax. I'll more like say red flags. Red flags, and because everybody started to quit right after the alleged shooting happened. After there were so many things called into question. And there was so much to question. And now Alex Jones is getting, I don't know if he's getting really sued by parents, or just sued in general to get him to back off. I don't know. My thoughts are completely in the question mark area. Now the lawsuit is, I don't know. I mean, the way it is that, now, there was a CNN report on that very day of the alleged shooting. I'm saying alleged for a reason. I don't want to say there weren't or there was. I'm saying alleged. Just to kind of save my ass. There were also red flags there too. A lot of people wanted like they were just, the minds were blown that day because my question was, where was the ambulance? Was there a lift chopper to take the kids that were injured? Why was the police cruisers um, blocking the entrance for any ambulances and stuff like that. And it really, because look, they're using Alex Jones as an example. Okay. And there's also so many questions there of the alleged survivors at a Super Bowl event in the halftime show. Okay, that's kind of leery, but I don't think the kids need to be put through that. Just kind of let them, try to heal, mentally and emotionally heal. But my thoughts on the whole lawsuit thing, I think some of us started to really see Alex Jones change from what he was to what he is now. I just think that kind of like a turn of a light bulb, just ting, that's on the fritz and about to cause a house fire. That's but the whole thing is, I mean, you gotta take a really deep look at all of it. I mean, like literally all of it. His ex-wife sued him for joint custody, and he fought and lost. Which kind of shit every right to leave his ass, knowing that he's completely off the rocker for the last few years. Which I think that he should kind of take some time off to kind of go on a vacation. Just I mean, being on television or internet or audio for all these years, you might want to take a break, because you're there, just take a break, clear your head, I would say more like if you really get your mind recharged, go fishing, man. Go fishing. But the whole thing is like really bonkers, really bonkers, But the whole question is that I'm a fan to a certain slight degree, not a full fan, but I'm a fan of the show. But I stopped watching right before and during the 2016 election. I completely just stopped watching because the dude was going bonkers, man. To me, I mean, he was like doing this Cobra Commander kind of shit, or just as a fat Joker, just like the Joker who went on an eating binge and shit, But I think that's right around the time his wife was leaving his ass and stuff like that. But there's a lot of rumors that, I don't know, dude. I mean, that he had an affair with Leanne McAdoo, and I think that's the reason why she kind of. That's what I'm thinking, why she left, because his ex-wife accused him and her of having an affair, which I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. I've always thought she was very pretty though. Lena McAdoo is real pretty. I'll go there, but I mean the thing is, Alex Jones. I mean, the guy's educated. I mean, but shit, dude. I mean, I had, been watching this show since 2008, 2009 on YouTube before I started my channel, and I was like, man, and I started to fall into that. Started to really fall into that shit, but I didn't just want to like hear it from this guy every day, If I wasn't on my computer, I would be on my PSP, and I would listen to the internet radio, and I would listen to Alex Jones every night, for hours, and hours. And it was it was the audio before they did the thing, and that was transmitted from the audio to the visual and whatnot. So California and Texas are like 2 hours apart. Time zone. But when the alleged shooting happened on that day, it was all over the world, all over the world, and I didn't quite jump on the bandwagon and say, "Oh, it's a hoax. Oh, this is a hoax." No. I mean, I had to really sit back and kind of understand what's happening. And so, I mean, it's just really gotta take a step back and assess of what's going on, of what's happening, because what we're seeing is like, dude, this is completely nuts, man. Like, really freaking nuts, though, dude. I just feel like, what's happening is like, I don't know. Couldn't really say, because I mean, what happened is like what happened in Uvalde, Texas, man. And it's bringing back your mind as a parent. Here you lost your child to a evil-minded young man, and young individual that took your child's life. Just really. But when things are starting to happen, and the whole crisis act of things, like, and you see people allegedly see the face of the same person that was at this event, and then at this event. It's like, and I watched a program on here on YouTube called "We Need to Talk About Sandy Hook," and it was done by 4 independent journalists that was investigating the alleged shooting. And I was so questioned on why there was no ambulance, why there was no a medical lift chopper to take the children to the hospital and whatnot, because how many were shot? Over 20 were shot, allegedly shot. And I think that the reason that he's being sued is to kind of to get him to shut the fuck up. That's my opinion, I think. Because there was so much red flags before, during, and after the alleged shooting. See, the thing is, I'm not saying it's a hoax or it didn't happen. I'm saying the word alleged. Okay, just kind of play it safe here. But the thing is, there were so many red flags, and I'm not going to name them off because I've already did it in the last video that I did when I did talk about it. But the thing is, I think the lawsuit is there to kind of get him to shut the fuck up and kind of break him down, not just financially, but also kind of use him as a example, because everybody, you hear people saying, well, it's a hoax, well, this is a hoax, that's a hoax. Look, you have your conspiracy theorists. I'm one of them, but I like to take time to assess, not jump the gun like most people do. I would just take time to look at all different aspects. But the lawsuit, I think, is there to shut him the fuck up and kind of break him, not just financially, but also really mentally, because he's ran and owned InfoWars for over 20 years. That's a long fucking time, and but the parents, I'm not going to get into that because but it does not answer the question. People are asking the question, but there's no answer to that. They torn down the house that belonged to Adam Lanza's mom. They torn down the school. Dude. I can understand that. I can understand that. You got to tear down the school to kind of get rid of the alleged bad nightmare. And but again, there will be questions for years to come about that day. And you can't sue everybody for saying it's a hoax, just you gotta let them be. That's when I kind of sit back and stop talking about it, because it will mess you up mentally talking about it, and emotionally, because myself, I'm a dad myself, and hearing about the Uvalde shooting kind of brought that back, years later. That here you got what happened in Sandy Hook, and then Uvalde, and I'm trying to not, because as a parent, you kind of go back and relive that moment. Um, I've talked about this the other day. My son's 23. He was a freshman in high school. First time in high school, freshman. And I got a call from his mom. And she told me that she took my son out of school because there was a bomb threat. And there wasn't a call at school, but there was also a call at a church. And I'm trying to, like, what the hell? And I'm getting these more information, and I'm like, this took me back to 1988. I was 13 years old then. 1988. I was 13. Just turned, what was it? 89. I was just about to turn, was it 13, 14 at the time? I was 13. Just turned 13. 12 or 13 at the time. And this was like during lunchtime. My favorite class was, I called lunch my class, because that's, get to eat. But alarm went off, like, just, like during lunch, teacher was saying, all the kids were getting out. I'm like, what the hell? Like, someone burned something like that? Just kind of thought, But we're at the parking lot for a good 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And it was a bomb threat. Someone called in a bomb threat. And I'm like, sitting there talking to a friend of mine, go, who would do that? Who would do that? And I mean, who would not just call up a bomb threat, but also do a mass shooting at a school? Why would you want to do that, man? I mean, anybody. So when you hear about the Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Apple and Spotify and a few other ones started to really ban Alex Jones. The thing is, they say the reason they took him down because he was spreading hate. That's the cop out of the reason why they would ban anybody. They were spreading hate. Okay, what did they say? If they were spreading hate, what was it? Saying something's a hoax is not spreading hate. I mean, there's no reason for them to get banned. But how was somebody spreading hate by calling something a hoax? Yeah, somebody thinks it's a hoax. It's a hoax. Let them think that. Let them think that for themselves. You can't say, well, it's not a hoax, man. I got proof. Okay, whatever, just let it go. But this tragedy in Uvalde, I'm glad that nobody is calling it a hoax. I'm glad it's not, because what happened happened. Because that was freaking real, man. And I will not question that either. But I will question on why the chief of police called it. I mean, had officers to stand down, and why is the chief not talking to answering any questions or cooperating with the Texas Rangers? I just think that this I have a feeling that about for a couple of days I had this feeling that this would be politicized, and I think it's pretty disgusting and really sick that any politician will take a tragedy and make it political about, take away the guns and shit, even the handguns. But the thing is, talking about that would really ruin your political career, because if you run for re-election or run for election, talking about take away people's guns, whether it's a handgun or a shotgun or whatnot. Now, Beto O'Rourke said that the AR-15 is a mass killing weapon. It's not the guns, it ain't the weapon's fault. It's the person that takes it a little bit too far's fault. I used to go on a website called The Best Gore, just kind of see what real life is about outside the United States and shit, and it is insane, dude. There was a video. Students were just in this class, then all of a sudden you see this one kid all of a sudden drop, and he I was like, you know what, I'm done with this. I ain't going back. Because now I realize how there are people insane enough to do some stupid shit. And really insanity to 11. And it made me think about, what if I was still 13 years old in middle school, instead of a bomb called in bomb threat, it was actually an actual shooting that happened in school where I went, and how if it happened if I was in school, and it's like a nightmare for the next 3-4 months. Nothing but nightmares from me after that, seeing that, and it took me back to that day when I was 13 years old, man, when that call came in. And the question is, like, a different scenario instead of a call actually happened, It gave me nightmares for about 3-4 months. And I had to, really reflect of this world is also hell. And even the young ain't safe from evil, And it is scary. It is terrifying, very, very terrifying. But as a parent, it's like your your whole world just came crumbling down on top of you. Um, I mean, now the trial, the lawsuit against Alex Jones. I mean, the thing is, like I said, there was a few red flags that I've seen. What I'm going to say again, but I'm not going to say there wasn't no death or anything else. I'm saying there are some red flags. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There are some red flags that I've seen in question. But I'm not gonna sit here saying that it was all hoax. But I'm going to say that there are a few red flags that I've seen. But the thing is, what if it wasn't a alleged shooting, but a training for if it actually happened, allegedly. I mean, you have parents, teachers, students doing a training exercise on what if it actually happened. Now the thing is, there's a big question out there of should teachers be armed? Yeah. No. But I also think that there should be veterans that are very well crafty, but here's the difference between us and this country, Israel. Teachers are armed. Teachers in Israel are armed. They are armed big time. And they have a one door. No back door. And this is what's wrong with mass shootings. There's always a back door open. And they ain't stupid. They're not stupid. If you think about shooting up a school in Israel, good luck doing it, because you'll be in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. You would be, let's just say, taking a permanent nap for a very long time. Now here in the States, there's been over 200 shootings since Columbine. Over. But there are so much that I do believe that. Do I agree with the ban of Alex Jones of social media? Yes and no. I don't agree with that. I do, but I don't. Now, saying the reason he was taken down because of the hate spreading. See, they cannot come out and say it. Instead of saying misinformation, they say he's spreading hate. Really? Because that's been going on for the last five years or so. And when somebody's asked, what has he said that caused what you think that made him to spread hate? They won't say it. They will not say it. If they would say he's being sued, or the reason he was taken down was because of misinformation. Now that is understandable, but the term of spreading hate, no, that's a crutch, big time. Now, if someone says, well, he's been suspended for or temporarily banned for misinformation. Now, this lawsuit, I've been looking into it, and it's kind of like they're saying they're suing him because he said the shooting was a hoax. What if it was? Right? The question is, what if it was? What if it wasn't? I like to use the term alleged because I don't want to say anything else that would probably get me removed from this channel, my tongue gone, or this video removed, because the lawsuit and the bankruptcy, I think it's a smart thing to remove InfoWars as a defendant, because trying to file for bankruptcy is kind of a dumb thing on Alex Jones's part. You know, I think that he needs to take responsibility, but should have known better to keep on saying it's a hoax, because what happened, and everybody has let it go. Not, I mean, they stopped talking about it because they do not want to hear it constantly. They want to just let it go. Whatever happened, but yet don't forget. You know, that's like the 9/11. What happened, but don't forget. You know, don't forget. You know, I've stopped talking about it because, I mean, I don't want to say, well, this is that. I just let it go. I moved on, man. I mean, it's been 20 years. I mean, it's been 20 years. I mean, the tragedy was like, man, dude. But even though families do have questions, you know, nobody wants to answer those questions. But some have kept saying, well, it's a hoax. Okay, what is it? The victims died or the buildings? Because the victims are not hoaxed. They are gone. They are gone because of a tragedy. And you can say it's a hoax all you want, but here's the truth. Over 3,000 people are gone. Okay? They're gone. Right? Just like the shooting in Uvalde. There's no hoax. 19 children are gone. 2 teachers are gone, man. I mean, honestly, I'm really tired of hearing that word hoax, man. I am sick of that sick of that hoax word shit, man. Because 21 people are gone, man. And they ain't coming back, dude. They're not. No. They're gone. But there are questions on what this sheriff is not telling anybody. You know, I mean, parents are pissed off. They're pissed, man. And honestly, Joe Biden should never been there in the mean, look, with Joe Biden being there at the spot of the crime is a big fuck up. I would not want that son of a bitch there. All it would do is add more fuel to the fire, more salt to the wound. Get this motherfucker out of here. Nobody wants to see him. Because all he'll do is fucking lie to your face. And also lie to your face on national TV. This guy will lie just to save his ass and reputation as president of the United States. But again, I mean, dude, if Alex Jones has the answer for think it's a hoax, well, he has fallen on his own sword. I mean, dude, Alex Jones, dude might need to fall on his sword a time or two just to kind of like, accept the inevitable. Period, man. Alright, folks, I'm gonna put the turkey in the oven, even though it's only 4 o'clock in the morning. If you're new to this channel, please share it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and comment below, and also hit the bell for notification. And always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed.